Well, this is actually the last segment that I actually recorded. Um, but through the magic of editing, it's now the first. Anyhow, this morning I got a message asking me if I could show how to update the Skyline OS. Now, I've always updated my boom box or whatever they called it in my 2020 Road Glide by myself. So I figured, okay, it can't be too hard. I'll just read the directions that Harley put out and see if I can figure it out from there. And I did. And you'll see through the video that, I made a couple of mistakes and I fixed them, verbally afterwards. Main thing is you need two USB sticks. And what I did was I downloaded the updates onto the USB stick before I unzipped them. Then I unzipped them in the actual USB drive, which left the zipped file also on there. So it probably confused the system. Anyhow, making a long story short, download the updates to your download folder in your actual hard drive on your computer, unzip it from there, and unzip it to the USB drives. Other than that, everything's pretty self-explanatory. Please watch the video first so you can see where I made mistakes and I kind of, fixed them as I went along. It really wasn't that hard. I hope that this helps you. And, enjoy the video. I was asked this morning to do a video on how to upgrade or update the operating system on Skyline OS on the 2024 Harley Davidson Road and Street Glide and the 2023 CBOs. Is there anything with the Skyline operating system? So we're going to go to the HD site. We're going to scroll down to the bottom. And when we get there, you're going to see a place that says Motorcycle Services. And we're going to click on Software Update. That's going to bring us to this page right here. We're going to scroll down and we're going to see Infotainment Control Unit. We're going to click on that. And then we're going to see the current numbers for the system. Okay. Make note of these numbers because you're going to check your bike, and I'll show you how we do that in a little bit, and see if it matches what, actually, if it needs an update. So these are the latest versions you can see, and these are the two files that you're going to need. I'll get into that a little later. So the next thing we want to do is going to come out to the bike, and we want to see if our software version is up to date or whether it needs to be updated. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the menu button. It's going to bring up our menu over here. And then we're going to use our arrow buttons and arrow up to the cog. And from there, we're going to go to System. And then from there, we're going to go up one to System Info. And then from there, we're going to stay right on where it is, Product Information. And we're going to see that our Skyline OS version ends in 211D. And the upgrade is 2213D. So yeah, I'm outdated. So I'm going to update this. And if you look, here's another one. There's the 2111D. And again, we're at 2213D. So we're going to upgrade our system to the new system. Like with the past Harleys, like my boom stereo in my 2020, you only needed one USB drive to upgrade it. Nowadays, with this system, they want you to have two. And Harley wants them to both be Type-C USB. Now, I don't know if it's going to work with a Type-A, and then you use a Type-A to C converter to plug it in. But I ordered two Type-Cs from Samsung off of Amazon. Same day delivery. So anyhow, I'm going to pick it back up once we're back at the computer. So for this installation, Harley requires you to have two separate USB thumb drives, flash drives. Anyhow, I took a piece of tape, just put a number one on a piece of paper and taped it on one. That's going to be hard drive number one, or the first one that I put in. I know, genius, aren't I? The other one, of course, I'm just going to leave blank because, well, if it's not number one, then it's got to be number two. You want to format these to exFAT before you put the actual software onto it. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to download the software update. The file 2213D is what it ends in, and we're going to put that onto our drive one. And we're going to do that is we're going to click on it. It's going to give us a countdown. And then over here, we are going to select Samsung USB-D. And we're going to hit save. And we're going to do that with the second file on the other drive. So 1 and 2. Okay. So I've downloaded the 2 files. Here we're back on the 2213D, back on hard drive 1. What we're going to do is we are going to right click. And we're going to go down to extract all. And extract. We're going to do that on both drives. So while I'm waiting for all the files to download and extract, figured I'd introduce you to my roommates. This is Girl. She is a baby boa. She's a little shy right now. She's a little camera shy right now. Say hi, Girl. She's about 3 feet long now. She'll probably get to about 8 to 10 feet total. She's a common boa, otherwise known as a BI, which is a boa imperator. And this is my black cat, Roxy, who I am pretty sure spends most of her days figuring out how she can kill me in my sleep and still get fed. She's a little crazy, but I love her. She was a rescue. Something I want to cover real quick. When I was showing you how I was extracting the files, I was downloading them directly to the memory sticks. That's not the right thing to do. Download it to your download file in your computer, and when you extract all, pick the memory stick to where you want the extracted files to go. Otherwise, I don't know why I did that. I know better. Anyhow, otherwise what ends up happening is you end up with your extracted file and the original file that was still zipped on the same drive. And that just doesn't work. So again, download the files to your download folder on your computer. When you hit extract, extract it to the memory stick. All right, you can pick it at that point where you want the extracted file to go. The file that gets extracted to memory stick 2, man, that does take a while, just to let you know. I guess that's just normal, just letting you know, so that if you're doing it and it's taking a long time to download I take it back, it takes a long time for it to extract, you know why, or you know it's common. We're almost there, 99%. Come on, 100. Okay, let's cover some things about the bike that are very important. Number 1, make sure you have the bike on a tender. This can take quite a while to do the update. I heard it could take up to 40 minutes or longer. All right, if your battery goes below 12 volts, it will automatically stop the download, and I don't know what's going to happen then. You could end up with a bricked system. I don't think you want that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put it into accessory mode. We're going to hold down this button, and the bike's going to boot up to accessory mode. Once the bike is finished booting up and the center console, the middle thing comes on with the, yeah, there you go, the menus, we're going to plug it into our USB-C drive. On the road glides like mine, it's in the right front pocket. On the street glides, it's in the drawer. Okay, I've plugged it in. Yeah, I know it's not going to connect. It says Type-C connected. So I got a message that said update available, so I hit update, and now it's saying validation in progress. It may take up to 5 minutes, so I'm going to pause this and I'll come back on when it's done. So we plugged in our first USB drive, okay, and here's the message that came up. New software version available, boom, boom, boom. Update. Validation in progress, and I'll pick it back up when we... Okay, we now have this message, do not remove USB and do not turn off bike during update. And we're gonna hit install now. And it's gonna install. It's going to flash the system on and off a couple of times just to let you know, don't get scared. It may take up to 5 minutes. We'll come back. Okay, it took about 3 minutes. Software update is completed. IFCU is updated to version blah blah blah. Please remove the USB flash drive. So we're going to remove the flash drive. This should reboot once I have it out. Hopefully I can do it with one hand. There we go. System is about to restart. Please wait. Okay, the system's up. We're going to insert flash 2. I don't know if there's going to be an update available or not, but let's see what happens. Okay, I just plugged in the second USB drive, and there's the update. So we're going to hit update. Validation in progress. One thing I did notice is my ride mode now has some kind of error message. So we're going to see when I restart the bike if that changes. I did see somebody else that did an update and said that the same thing happened to them. And when they restarted the bike, everything was fine again. I'm going to pause this so we don't take up too much time while the validation is in progress. I'll come back on if something happens. This is taking every minute up. I mean, I'm already over 5 minutes or right at 5 minutes, and still on this may take up to 5 minutes screen. Okay, right at the 6 minute mark, this came up. Do not remove USB and do not turn bike off during update. Install now. And that's what we're going to do. And it's going to reboot again. Alright, saying up to 10 minutes for the validation. I heard that this is the part that could take a long time to download, so I'm not going to make you sit here and watch the whole thing. I'll come back on after everything's done. That wasn't too bad. That took way less than 10 minutes, like I said. Probably about 4 minutes. And now the update is going in. About 10 minutes has passed, and we're about halfway through. So, all said and done, let's see, we had 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 11. We had another 5. So we're about 30 minutes, 35 minutes into this at this point, from the time that I plugged in the first USB to time that finished updating, to plugging in the second USB, having that validate, and there we go. System is about to restart. Please wait. So everything's been upgraded or updated. Now, the Harley handbook says after this boots up, we're going to turn it off and leave it off for at least 1 minute to allow all the changes to take effect. But first, we're going to let it boot up. We all know this takes a little time. And there we are. Okay. Now, do note that we still have the error message on in the mode thing. So let's see what happens after we restart the system. So through that wonderful technology called the pause button, 1 minute has gone by, and in less than a second. And I'm going to boot her back up into accessory mode just to see what's going on. Okay, it looks like that error for the mode is gone. That's a good thing. That had me a little nervous. Now the second update is supposed to have something to do with the amp. So who knows? Maybe the amp is going to be a little more powerful. I don't know. Could end up doing nothing. But one thing I do want to do, go into settings. Let's go down to the system. Let's go to system info. And let's go to product information. And yes, our operating system has been updated. Remember, it was a 21 something earlier. So now we're at 2237. So everything has been updated. I hear some feedback coming out of the speakers. That's a good thing. So I guess the speakers are still going to be working. Let's put something on the radio.
You can't just outspend on the field. But you know what you can do? You can have the best coaches. Mm-hmm. You can have the best play call.
And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going.
Okay, so that's it. That's all we needed to do. I hope this helps. I'm sorry it was a little all over the place, but you know, it's the first time I did the Skyline OS, so we kind of learned together. I mean, I used to do the ones on my 2020 hardware. I did all my updates myself, so I figured it couldn't be too hard. And yeah, I hope this helps. Bye.